All right, welcome everybody. It says that we're live now. Hopefully you are seeing me. I'm just going to check here. And namaste. Hi, Sylvia. So let's call our dragons. Akasha here. Welcome, welcome. It is the 27th, and we just coming through a full moon full of all kinds of interesting energies. And we have had an amazing couple of weeks with dragon energies in our Sacred Spirit Guide Circle. So make sure that you join that. If you join now, you can still get January, which is 4 or 5 meditations, activations, and things around the dragons, meeting your dragon for this year, the 2024 Greenwood Dragon, and other fun. So make sure you do that. That's in the shop. And then what we're going to do today is a little different than what we had expected. So we were going to have our guest Donna Stellhorn, and I just got off. We got on here about 10 minutes ago, and she's in the middle of a demolition zone. She has a massive leak in her building, and they were jackhammering outside. She has to evacuate today, and it's going to be at least a week until she gets back in, as they're fixing some kind of major plumbing issue. She just found out about it late yesterday. So she was so kind to even show up and just say, hi. I'm like, what's that noise? And so we're going to reschedule our Master Astrologer, Chinese Astrologer show with about the Year of the Dragon coming for probably a week and a half. We'll let you know. So if you're not subscribed, if you don't have notifications, it's a great idea. Or you can go to nanakasha.com and you can get on the email list, where we'll send you always the reminders and the links and the replays and everything to make it super easy for you to stay up with everything we're doing. And so the new year doesn't start till February 10th officially. So there must be something optimal about the energies of us doing that a little bit closer to the year. In the meantime, let's all send Donna, love Donna so much. Let's send Donna lots of love, lots of energy as she's having this interesting energy happen where she is, right? So it's always interesting when we're uprooted, when we are displaced, I guess the word, right? She doesn't have to clean her whole house out, but she has to move everything so that workers can come in, and they're doing major construction, and she has to go live in a hotel for a while. So these are always opportunities. Everything that happens to us is an opportunity. Like if you came today, I want to know about the dragon. Don't worry, I'm going to give you dragons, okay? So we're going to have a little different kind of show. However, if you are following me, if you're one of my students, namaste. We are having a lot of dragons showing up. So we did in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle this month, dragons. And if you're sort of not really into dragons, or you kind of don't get the big deal about dragons, we're talking about energy. You might relate to them as, a fire-breathing dragon that you fly on in your dreams. And you may relate to them as tiny little garden dragons. This is a new card deck I have, and these are tiny little dragons that live in the garden. They're kind of like nature spirits. Then you may relate to dragons as part of the nature spirit realm. We have Fae, dragon Fae, and there's all different ways of experiencing the energy of a dragon. So according to Donna in Chinese astrology, it is always a, trying to think of what it is. I don't know how to go back to my name. Interesting. I see everything but my name. So I apologize. I can't get my website off. Okay. So now I've lost everything. There we go. Now I want the chat comments. There we go. Okay. So dragon is an energy, it's an essence, and it embodies different forms, the same way as something embodies the form of a crystal, or a flower, a plant, a tree, a water, or a color of the rainbow, or a creation ray, which We connected to the 12 masters, the 12 rays of creation, which are rays of color that hold and embody powers, qualities, wisdom, healing. And they're some of the first elementals ever created in form out of the infinite field. And they're very important to us because we are a light body full of prana, full of ways to receive life force energy. And it comes in and it goes out, and then we emanate and create through who we are. So dragons are a powerful energy, according to Donna in Chinese astrology. They're always masculine. And I find that intriguing because of the concept that I don't perceive things that way. In fact, right now, the sacred feminine aspect of it's coming forward. And when I was in Greece, and when we go back to Greece again, and please reach out if you're interested in any of the retreats, because the conversation, the connection can start to open doors for you. I've been contacted by a few people, and when you say, I feel like I'm meant to come here, I want to manifest this, then just telling me is a step that you're telling the universe. And then you may go to the next step, like, well, how do I manifest the money? Or what are the time issues? Or what are the other limits or restrictions or things in my life that would be something I have to check, I have to arrange, there's always a path. And it just depends on if you're willing to step into it. But many people, this is for my retreats or anything that you may stand aside and say, I wish I could do that. I want to do that. So we're doing money manifestation. We're doing manifesting a goal today in prosperity magic. You can still join us. And so my mind I've been channeling a lot of this all morning. However, dragon energy is growth. It is masculine, and that's building. It's always sacred masculine is structure. It is the ability to focus. It's the ability to go towards a goal and achieve it. And it needs the sacred feminine inside of it for the inspiration and for the flow and for the nurturing and for the life force and the prana and for keeping the peace and bringing the creative flow in. And in unity, in duality, then we create form, okay? And we are watching the world go crazy right now. And imagine, I remember when I first realized next year is the dragon year, and last year, the one we're exiting is a feminine rabbit year. In concept, that's a pretty soft, loving energy. And yet I know for me and everybody I work with, it was a huge year of big changes and big transformations. And that's just the spiritual weather. That's just where we are right now. So as we go into dragon energy, it's vital that we understand, just like the spiritual weather report I do, we're still in the endings of the full moon. I was watching her again during the night, rising over the ocean. Beautiful, love it. And the energies are different as she shifts, and she's a reflection of emotion and sacred feminine and our wishes and our ability to receive and to radiate, right? And to radiate from who we are. We take in energy. So we're entering now into growth energy, creative energy. And when we get Donna on in a week or two, we will have the opportunity to see more of the fine details. I'm not a Chinese astrologer. I do not know the finer details. What I do is I take the energy. So for the spiritual weather report or for the prosperity magic class, they come and they tell me, and I say, okay, and I take that here. I don't know what it means. I could sit down and make it up. I could say, oh, magic and prosperity and the definition for this, and let's have a process for that. That isn't how I create. I've learned that I can force or push or use my big brain and my logic and my energy to create something. And yet that's only part of creation. So the dragon years now coming in to me energetically, these speak to me intuitively and energetically. So I am the Akasha, and what I've discovered is the reason I perceive things the way I do, and then I can hold space for people and I can see things that they're experiencing, and I can hold space for them to open to their gifts. Like, many of you who are in the classes, is you realize often the comment is, it's not the same when I'm not here with you. That's because that's part of my makeup. It's part of my experience. It's part of my design, and it's part of everything I've done and my intention right now to hold that space for you. So then that's the benefit of coming right to these. Now we put energies in. So you're in a pot, you're in a cauldron, you're in a house, you're in a car, you're in a body, whatever little container or chalice you want to think about yourself in. And we have the energies moving around. So I do the spiritual weather reports because I was doing it for me for a long time and realized it would be something that would benefit people because it changed everything for me when I understood what the cosmic energies, basically the energies around me, that are not being emanated by me, but are the energies I'm choosing to walk in. So if you are here in this moment and it's a full moon, then you're here in this moment and it's a full moon. Now, how you experience a full moon or how I or anyone else is going to be completely different. We live in different realities. We have different perceptions. We have different senses activated. We have different experiences. We have different definitions of what's good, right, wrong, best, bad. We have different ways of perceiving. Some people can't see, and I'm talking like the bigger picture of see, like sense, see, understand that there are subtle realms. They really think that it's just their body doing things and the physical is creating the physical. And they don't even understand science enough, or newer science enough to say, oh, okay, we know this is empty, but it looks solid. We know that this is how things are created and they come together. So everybody is seeing things from a combination of your perspective, your beliefs, your experiences, your DNA, current DNA, because you flip the switches on your DNA all the time, okay? You're not stuck. I can't tell you how to, I wouldn't encourage you to try to grow a foot because you just want to be taller. I would encourage you to take that desire that you were taller and somehow that was going to make your life better if you grew your body taller, or if you were thinner or blonder or richer or smarter or whatever it is that you think. And I would encourage you to take that craving and release it, because it's keeping you from being able to see what the powers and benefits of who you are, designed exactly the way you are. So everything that I've been doing for me and I've been doing for my community is to continuously take what are the current energies, how are they helping us to see, sense, grow more, release the past, the pain, the perceptions and the beliefs we carry in every level, mental, physical, auric, and so on, subtle realms of our being. And they can be burdens, or they can be it's weird because my screen seems to be flickering. I just thought I'd stop and look at it. Maybe I'm seeing some other energies. I've been doing magic for a while this morning. So when we add dragon energy into this container, it's going to be so different than what we've been doing. And if you're focused on the volatility, like things that are sad and painful, like the wars, like, the cruelty, like the greed, like the ego mania going on, and everything and anything you could pick from the past thousands and thousands of years to be upset about, to blame someone for, to feel like it's wrong, to carry the injustice within you. The longer you carry any of those energies within you, I'm sorry, but you're creating it and you are co-creating it. And I don't appreciate that because I want to create something new. I'm not creating from the past. I'm not creating from past pain, how it happened, when it happened, why it happened, who made it happen. I'm not interested in blaming anyone. I'm not interested in being in that state. If I find any blame within me, I immediately go accept it and start talking to it, start being with it. Maybe it's painful. Maybe it's a past memory of when I made a mistake, or I lost money, or I felt like a failure, or whatever. I don't care. I want to know it's there because I don't want to drag that into the dragon year. You just got to think about, you've been in a little cubby hole with a sweet little mama rabbit, and she's been making you feel all safe and fertile. And if you haven't taken advantage of it, suck it in now. And then make sure you feel Your environment is lined with the things that make you feel comfy, and that doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money. In fact, I would invite you to unplug from money being the barrier between you and what you want, because it's not. Period. End of story. I've done enough work around this topic on myself, and with massive experiences in this life alone. Money, no money, la 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 la. And the money being the goal is never the goal. The goal needs to be the goal. The goal needs to be, I want to be flexible, alive, strong. I want to run up the pyramids. I want to walk for 6 hours. I want to have no aches and pains. I want to be in this flow. I want to be constantly in the flow of my prosperous, peaceful moment in the present. I want to be hearing my guides and my higher self. I want to feel the love in my heart and overflow it to everything that I walk by every day. I want to know that I'm feeding back to the Akasha the most divine, delicious love. These are just a few of the things that I want in my reality. And if they weren't a part of my past, there is no point in that. Your past is over. It's dead wood. It's bark that's just hanging on, and it's not giving you life force. It's not protecting you. It's just being a pain in the ass, and it's ugly, and it is slowing you down. So the dragon year is something to take very seriously, because this is energy that's going to come in, and it's powerful, and it's huge, and it's masculine. Now, I don't think masculine is bad and feminine is good. And I'm teaching the sacred feminine arts this year, not as an exclusive to men or masculinity or masculine energies, but to rebalance them. They are both out of balance. You can't rebalance one. The other one then has to be brought back to life. What we're doing is we're going into the sacred feminine this year and giving life force back to that part of us that knows the subtle realms, can talk to the dragons, understand these energies are vital. They're more important than your little planner. They're more important than the 20 business appointments you have. The reflection in your 3D world is going to come from how you manage these energies. The dragon energy is big. However, all energy can heal or harm. All energy can be used for good or bad, for building or destroying. There's things in your life that need destroying, aren't there? Don't you have some beliefs? Don't you have some relationships? Don't you have some ideas about yourself that would be better if you deconstructed them, gave them back to source, dump them through your foot chakra, put them in your earth star, let them pull out your gems and wisdom. Don't worry about it. Let the support system take over. You need to be present here. The dragon year is going to grab you. If it hasn't already, I've been annoyed and frustrated and I want to move forward, but I can't. And then the full moon is here going yum, yum, yum. But then there's these dead wood we got to get rid of. And it is just annoying and frustrating and not at all what I want. And yet I'm eating it up because I'm like, yes, yes, yes. If this is the energy that's here, I am not going to grow my frustration and annoyance. I am not going to grow my lack mindset. I'm not going to grow my old fears that say I'm not good enough. There's not enough. What if there's a war? What if this? What if this? What if this? I've had clients and students who are paralyzed in making choices, and they sit and watch all their money drain out into a business, or all their things in their life just fall apart because they're frozen because the news says that this horrible thing might happen, and then this thing says this terrible thing happens, and then the spouse says that, and the boss says this, and you're standing in the middle with no opinion of your own. And that's the only opinion you need. You got to unplug everybody's opinions. Okay? Hire an expert. Find your own expertise. The dragon energy is going to grab them. They keep showing every day. It's like grabbing the tail of the dragon that's starting to go like this. And it's starting to go back and forth. And we're just here now. And then it's going to take off and it's going to go. There's fire dragons. It's going to go into the fire. It's going to go into your spirit. It's going to go into the depth of your volcano or your sacral, which you've held all that shame and the blame and all the goop and crap that you don't want to grow. Now this is a year of creativity. This is a year for you to create new and to grow and to have a support and an ally in the basic essence of the reality you're walking through, the weather you're walking through. This year is like walking through a tunnel. It's like walking through a particular atmosphere. a particular planet. Pretend you're entering planet Dragon. And that dragon energy is the atmosphere here, is the culture here, it's the language here, it's the gravity here. It's not the reality you are used to. And when you have the opportunity to walk through something like this, it will never happen again. So being in the peaceful, prosperous, powerful present moment means you are where the power is. You are with the riches. You are with the pain if it's the one that's in the way creating. And then you can say, ooh, come here, and have an acceptance moment. The dragon energy is going to come in and say, let's build and build and build. And let's grow new. And green energy is wonderful. We have the emerald ray, we have the green ray. We have the life force energy of the green. We have the heart chakra energy of the green. Green as an essence, as a being, as a healer, as a ray of creation, as whatever. Full color spectrum. It's a vibrational being that has many aspects like you do to its one energy. That's in this year too. You're walking through green. What aspect of the green is coming forward? Well, this is about life force and growth, which I understand better and better all the time. Why? I went to Greece and reactivated Dolphin, the dragon serpent. Just Google it. I'm not making any of this up. This is all in the Greek myths and in the ancient books and in books that have been written about it. And the story's been told many ways, all the way to the fact that she wasn't a daughter. She wasn't a female dragon energy protecting Delphi, the sacred site of Gaia's navel. Now, the navel is what? It's where you are connected to your own blueprint, your Janisa crystal. We're talking about. This is the sacred geometrical structure. It's not this big, babe. Okay. In your sacral, at the bottom of your umbilical cord, at the bottom of your spinal cord, this is where you hold the codes, one of the places, but this is where you hold the codes in your body. It is not held in your DNA because your full potential has been not released into the body. It could not handle it. It needs to get rid of all the stuff we're having. So this is what we did, and we did it. There was just a handful of us, right? There were 5 of us. And yet our going there, being answered by that inner call, said, we have started it. And they showed me it was like priming a pump. It was like pulling on a straw and nothing really coming up yet. But we cleaned it. We cleansed it. We released the pain and the fear. We broke through layers of illusion that surrounded this place. It was even covered with a mudslide. Nobody even knew where this sacred place was. And at one point, it was the wealthiest place, the most respected place, and the highest level of respect for sacred feminine gifts, intuitive, the oracle, the seer, of anywhere on the planet. And every leader, masculine usually, went to the sacred feminine. It was done in a different way. The goddess culture had been shut down. The masculine built a structure around the intuitive and, quote unquote, killed it, buried it, and built the temple on top. It's a structure. So the sacred masculine came in as it had to because the energies were moving through the planet like this. So it wasn't that we could have avoided it. It wasn't what happened. It was how we think about it now, who we were being then, and what is the wisdom and gems we can pull from the cycles and patterns we've seen our culture go through. We saw things from a certain perspective. Maybe it was more enlightened. We understand things from earlier in our life, and even 20, 30 years ago, certainly 50 years ago, we were way less conscious. So the rise of Kundalini, the rise of life force, the rise of prana, is something that people prepare for. They do yoga. They practice the breath. They practice moving the energies, clearing the meridians. These are subtle bodies that then feed the life force into the physical body, and they prepare to be able to channel more and more energy, higher and higher frequencies. It feels like we need a dragon year preparedness course to get in shape, because the more of this energy you can access, it wants to co-create. It wants to build. It doesn't have to be the big imperialistic dragon male energy that's going to crush everyone. It can be your ally. It can be your sacred masculine Greek god, whatever you want to, embody for you, standing by your side saying, come on, create, 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 bring that spirit out. Let go of the dead wood. Let's expand past anything we've thought. Let's be the most creative beings we have ever been. And we're going to be doing these creative exercises. We're going to be activating our Genesis crystals. We're going to be holding these in place. I'm going to be doing a workshop where you can make your own, especially if you're coming on a retreat. And I want you to understand that your recognition of this means that, what is this? Why am I talking about dragon years, dragons in mythology, dragons in the earth, reactivating the navel? Because this is Kundalini. And Kundalini is the caduceus, the medical symbol of the two serpents. That's the energy that's in your Genesis crystal. It's in your 8 original cells at the base of your spine. Very tiny. Out of it comes your life force energy. However, right now it's very inconsistent. It is not equal. It is polluted. And then it starts to move into the chakras, and it moves into the root chakra. And it is blocked because you don't feel safe and you haven't grounded and you don't feel good in your body and you judge yourself and you've had all these experiences that tell you it's not safe and so on. And this is one of the biggest causes of lack of receiving, lack of love, lack of finances, lack of everything. We're exploring all of this in Prosperity Magic class today. Now, the next thing is that you begin to open up and realize that what you have encoded in here has everything it needs already. You don't need to you don't go find a seed and then sit down and tell it every day. I just need to remind you, you're a tomato plant. Here's a picture of what your father looked like. And this is your mother. And this is what you're supposed to look like. Remember, you're a tomato plant. Now you should sprout a leaf. It's encoded. It's encoded in you too. It's just that you don't have clear access. You don't know and understand, but you're creating everything. You've always created it all. That's just the truth. And you've been a creator who was told you weren't a creator, who was cut off from your creative powers, whose creative powers were limited, whose creative powers were distorted and hijacked and limited and burned and cut off and everything else. So now everything's awakening and everybody's at war about it and everybody's freaking out and people don't want change and people do want change and people want to tell everybody what to do. I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I want to be creating my reality. I've been doing it a long time, and this is the opportunity. This moment will never exist again. This year will never happen again. The creative energy that you're going to be gifted with this year will never happen again. Doesn't mean there won't be other energies. Of course, next year's the serpent year, and it's a feminine year, and we are going to go deep into our mysteries, deep into the sacred feminine mysteries, and we're going to shed that old, and we're going to become the most powerful transformative agents that have ever become, and transmute and transfigure into the divine individual spiritual beings glowing with our powers. But we're 2 years away from that. Okay? This is the path we're on. This is the path your soul chose for you. Please, please know that if you bumble into this year, if you keep bumbling through life, I'm too tired, I don't have time, why does this happen? I feel sorry for myself. I am not making fun of you. I have been through all of it. I love all of you for being here, for becoming aware of your pains. You want to see them. You don't want them to hijack you. You want to accept them. You don't want to choose them. Those are two different things. The growth, power, energy, this dragon energy showing up to build for you will build whatever you hold in your heart, whatever you hold in your aura, whatever you hold in your mind. It will build it for you, whether you like it or not. It will grow it for you, whether you like it or not. And the more you spend time and energy going, I don't want that, and I hope this doesn't happen, and what if this happens? Instead of going, woo, I got to take back my power here. I accept all of this and I'm ready to be magical. I am magical. I am designed magical. I can move my intention. I can clear my energy. I can align with any energy at all. I can align with the dragon energy. I can align with cat energy. I can align with I have some beautiful chamomile, beautiful long flowers and herbs I bought at the grocery store, been drying, and I just smell them and I'm going to burn them. I can align with anything. In this moment, in this time, in any realm, in any place, and with dragon energy, I can grow it. I can build something without it all being me. The energy is waiting to build something new for you, to bring your Kundalini from within you and raise it. Do you have blocks in your sacral? Everybody does. We've been clearing them. I've been doing the sacral chakra sessions. They're available right now. I really recommend that because this is where the secrets and the shame and the fear and I'm not good enough and the failure, because it's the creative center, and 60% of the sexual energy is intended for creating other forms. And sexual energy, it doesn't matter if you want sex or if you have sex or a partner or whatever, the guilt and shame built around what is sex and should I and shouldn't I is simply an illusion and a bunch of bullshit that we've embodied and incorporated deep into our cells, men and women alike, to bring shame, which is the lowest state of consciousness, into this place. And now we're supposed to receive through that. That's where the sacred feminine gets blocked. It's lost in the fear. It's lost in all of that. And now we're going to bring in this builder, and we're going to bring in the growth energy. And the Kundalini is awakening and rising in the center of our own sacral and in the center of the planet and the center of every other life form on the planet. Now what? What are we going to unleash now? I mean, seriously. This is an opportunity. What are you going to grow? Every word you speak, everything you feel is going into the Akasha right now, adding to the energies of that state. If you're walking around craving, disappointed, unfulfilled, feeling sad, feeling victimized, you must accept it. It doesn't mean you choose it. It doesn't mean you condone it. It doesn't mean you're saying it's okay. You are taking your power back by saying, snapshot, right now in my time-space continuum, this is what's happening. I see it now. Thank you. Sidestep. Get your dragon to come in. Dragons fly. They breathe fire. They swim. They're tiny little fairies that can ride on your shoulder. They can move through your aura. They can go out and pick you up and carry you into other realms and other times. You can move through elemental dragons of metal and fire and earth and air. You can move through rainbow dragons. You can move through garden dragons. I've even got a deck that has a grape jelly dragon. I'm not sure about that, but it was adorable. So why was I there in Greece? I was happy to go, but it was a big, big thing for me to transform my life and so quickly and go there. And it was phenomenal. And I loved it. And I loved the moment. And I loved all the weird out-of-body experiences. And then since I've been back, different things are revealed to me and different things are revealed to me. So this is a divine, sacred, feminine Kundalini of Gaia, primordial creator of all that is. Gaia is both whatever, God, goddess, one source energy. And it's where it's anchored in the planet of which we are made. And to re-access that energy directly means that we have a source of eternal, sacred, loving, feminine energy that will be with us like a source, like a spring, Manon de source. If anybody knows those French movies. Forgotten powers, sacred feminine awakening, navel reconnection. This is what she's here for, whether you relate to her as a dragon, a serpent, a being, a goddess, a woman, a color, a glowing orb, or nothing at all. So the dragon year is offering massive opportunities. And like a lot of times, I give the analogy of a wave. If you got on top of the wave, it carries you. You can see there's a sense of freedom. You're soaring, you're being held, you're transcending, you're supported by others, elementals, the water, the energies within it, whatever. You're in co-creation because you're moving through time and space as you experiencing that, as the wave is experiencing it. When you are knocked down by a wave and you're pulled under, you can't breathe, it's scary, you're disoriented, you're moving around, sometimes you hit your head, dislocate your elbow. We've had all this stuff happen to us. We used to do a lot of boogie boarding in California. And there's a whole different experience. And then there can be fear of that power and that energy and that wave. And that could be the fear you have of any power, or the fear you have of your own power, or the fear that you have of your sacral power, your sacred powers, your feminine powers. Everybody on the planet has experienced all different things. And the biggest thing to remember is that you have been at some point killed, accused, or in some way punished, given retribution in many different forms for talking to dragons or fairies, or knowing something, or healing someone, or having an expertise someone was jealous of, or having money they wanted to take, or. And you've also been the one who's perpetrated that on others. You're not the good guy. You are everyone. You came here for all of those experiences. And now, please step into the dragon year with the powers that you have encoded within you. Your awakening soul code in your sacral. My sacral's now like pulsing and almost hurting like I'm going to get a period. It's so funny when we do this work. Holy moly. I haven't had a period in, I don't know, 13 years or more. And I get these feelings like I'm having a period, or I'm pregnant, or there's pressure, or there's energy, or pulsing, moving, because my sacral is a sacred center. And so is yours. So this is a dragon year of beautiful opportunities, and I intend to grow. I love being creative, and I want to be creative aligned to what is optimal for me, for my highest good, for my community. So the dragon energies and the other energies and the cosmic skies and the spiritual weather energies and all my divine guides have told me this year is the year to build my community, to get out more, to go more places, to meet with more of you, to reach more people, so if there's somewhere that someone you think I should have on my show, please tell me. If there's a show or a place, please recommend me. Please tell me where you would go for a retreat, or what kind of thing you would like. I want to do a creative workshop where we access all this power and this growth and this Kundalini energy, and we go in and really awaken that sacred crystal, and then we do creative things. You know, maybe it's an artwork kind of thing, and maybe it's writing, and maybe it's experiencing it through our bodies. I don't know. This is birthing, because one of the things I know is that until we fully step into this year and we're riding the currents, we won't know how it's going to appear for us. And the growth energy will be there all year. It will come to you in different waves, in different ways. So it's going to really depend on what you have. Hi, Lucille. So I'm going to call this to a close. And Lucille, I keep seeing you in the Prosperity Magic class. If you're not there, then you need to be there, because I keep looking for Lucille. I got a message for you. Oh, she's not here. Where is she? Where is she? You seem like that you're around. Maybe you're coming to one of the retreats. I feel you walking around me. Interesting. So if you are interested in a retreat, we have 3. We have 2 right now. And we have the Greece retreat that's coming up in May. And if you want to manifest that, I highly recommend it. It is going to be delicious. It is an experience in senses and beauty and culture. Just the people and the place, it's divine. It's like dipping yourself into the Aegean and remembering the codes of your ancient wisdom. Going to these temples is not just that they're stargates or they're healing, and that we're going to be activating, I think, 3 or more of the Asclepions, the healing centers where people went to dream their healing methods with the gods, with the goddesses of healing. And we're going to do our own dream sleep healing, 3 of the nights together. Not that we're going to sleep together, but we're going to be doing those processes in flow with going into Delphi, going into the temples 2-3 times and into Messini. There's so many goddess temples that we discovered and begin to activate there. Artemis, Messini, there's an Asclepion. We can go into all of them. We can touch everything. We can get on the altars. If that means anything to you, you understand the difference. Going to the sites is wonderful, but there's so many places that are closing now that have restricted access. I used to be able to take my beautiful pyramids. We used to go to the top of pyramids. You can't climb at all anymore. We used to get in early before people. And so I'm continuously looking for those places. We can still do that. And I say, do it now, because 6 months from now, they might decide then that one needs to be closed too. The more people who start to go and wake up, and the sacred energies you carry within you are needed in these different places. We're going to Glastonbury, Avebury, and other stone circles and sacred goddess sites of also dragon, Celtic, magic, and circles. There's things there we have to awaken and need to be awakened within us. If you want to manifest coming to all 3 retreats this year and the creativity workshop, whenever that manifests itself, maybe it'll be in December for my birthday this year or something. And yes, we are in 2024. And you want to talk to me about that, come to me with your manifestation goals if it includes any of these things, because I can tell you what I see. I can give you ideas, and we can co-create it if you would like the support or the help. And if you're afraid of that, then I would highly recommend it, because we could look at what is blocking you from being willing to state your goal or to say yes to something that's calling your soul, even if you're afraid of it, even if you think the people in your life won't like it, even if you don't know where you have the money, how you have the time, where you're going to get the support for your animals or your kids or your aging parents, or, everybody has life, and life is yours too. You're living your life, and you're at a critical moment when taking these classes, doing these calls with me. Thank you so much. Growing communities like this, caring about what you are giving back into the world, into the Akasha, into the future. What reality are you creating? This is vital. And so when we go to these, you're never the same. And it's in a beautiful way. It's in a growth way. But this year we are raising the sacred feminine. So we're going to be clearing those channels, those meridians that go through your chakras. We're going to be clearing the chakras. We're going to be fine tuning all of these places. One of the things they're going to be doing is these rewiring that the dolphins will do, and that the waters and the caves and the ceremonies will do in March in the Mayan jungle, and with the mother cave and the womb, and then in Greece with the temples and the goddess temples and the dragon serpent energies and the ancient energies of the healing goddesses, the pillars of healing. They want us to embody those, because we are all healers and we're walking around with that, and they can be with you. And when you're there and you touch them and you experience them and you go deep, this time we're going to do different, and we're going to be doing the temples with the energies that have come up since last time. And your energy might be one of the key energies that this moment is calling. And if you hear it, but you're afraid, you want to step out, because you're here to create something new. So you take that fear and you pull it off like old bark, but you take the energy of the fear and use it for focus, because fear is usually, I'm ready to move forward, but I can't. And the anxiety. So you take the fear and you say, okay, this is focus. This is intention. I'm ready to do this. Take me forward. Call on the dragons or any other energies and move into what is truly calling your soul. Design your year by your soul's path, because that's how I do mine. What am I awakening this year? What is calling me? What places, what elementals, what gods, what goddesses, what work is important for me, for my community to open? And now, as I'm entering the dragon year, when I ask those questions, when you ask those questions, because you acknowledge you're a creator, now you're saying, okay, I am getting clear and I can grow it. What if you have a manifestation of coming to Greece, but you never do anything about it? And the growth energy starts coming and bringing creative ideas and new things, but you're not looking at it. You're not ready for it. You haven't opened a space for it. You haven't asked for help. You haven't declared it. You haven't put money down. You haven't done whatever. I don't care what it is. You do something to say yes. Don't sit there and expect anything to deliver you anything that you want unless you open You have to receive the breath of inspiration and then release it. You can't receive the inspiration and then hold it. Well, maybe not now. Well, when I see the money, when everything is perfect, when everybody agrees, when I want blah, 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 whatever. You have to go, oh my gosh, I meant to go. Like, I have this beautiful woman coming again to March, and she's just every day, oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm coming back, and I'm such a different person, and my life's open, and this is better, and that's good, and this is happening. And she can't even keep up with her life. And she had to go through some really big challenges, and she had to face a lot of her emotions. And now she has this freedom. And now she's hearing the call to the next step. And then after that, who knows what her next step will be. But she's on the path, listening, stepping out. All right. So the dragon energy is going to help you create, build, and grow. What are you going to take into this year? And I don't know, what's this one here? This is the Dolphin Mayan Magic Retreat. We're doing some new women healers, grandmother tradition healing, more water vibrational healing, sound healing, and a whole bunch of other amazing things, getting all of our bodies and our cells attuned. So we're ready to take this growth energy, because we're just going to be in the beginning of this dragon year when we get together here. And it's around the 14th, 15th of the middle of March. And we're going into the rebirth time, right? The springtime. So it's the perfect time to take that Kundalini and bring it in, bathe it, let the dolphins rewire it, let all of the dragon energies come in and bring growth energy, clear and cleanse these. Everything I do this year, whether it's the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp this year, the next class in February is going to be the Sacred Soul Powers, where you're going to connect directly to other lives in your soul that are ready to share powers, that are ready to share, take the wounds, complete them, and fully embody their powers, and then work together to co-create. Eventually, my belief is that you're going to come out of this decade with so many more parts of your soul not holding you back and living in fear and not knowing they're dead and believing they're bad and being afraid and holding all that energy, but having been freed, having been re-empowered, and then you're connected and you're moving forward as one unit. Unity with your own soul, unity with your own self. This is where we're going. So the dolphins recalibrate, bring us to joy, release all that. We meditate, kiss with them. I do all the different sound healing. We have phenomenal food. We have cacao. We have all of the elementals and the crystals and the caves and the waters and the ceremonies and the sacred energies, and the jaguar spirit, of course, will be coming. And this year we get to do it all with the dragon. And the dragon will be also in Greece. And there's a lot of dragons in the ancient Greece energies. There's Delphine, and there's Hydra, and Gaia is the mother of all of them. And they've all been misinterpreted. So there's a lot of sacred feminine dragon energy that will be allowed to rise as the sacred masculine dragon year energy grows and builds a container that then we can go around the planet like little acupuncture needles, releasing the sacred wisdom, releasing the pain so that it can go into Gaia and be transformed and composted. And then we can raise our Kundalini. By the end of the year, we'll be ready to slide into the sacred Kundalini year of the divine feminine. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon. Lots of love. Namaste. And we are getting ready to start the class. It's starting at 12:30 today. If you are in my class and you didn't get the notice, we're starting a little late because I did have the show with Donna. However, if you would like to, you can come on and join us, and I will pay attention. Everything we've done so far is all available to you, and everybody's repeating it, catching it up. Everybody's at a different state, and it's a lot of fun. And today we're going to be working on money manifestation goals and looking at what they trigger, what their purpose is, how to create them, and do it in our sacred feminine way that our prosperity grandmothers are teaching us, is not to create, especially money, from greed, craving, lack, enslavement, fear, grasping, hard work, pushing to create with the energies of the divine timelessness of true prosperity, which is creating a place and a space within you, around you, in your mind, your heart, in your body, in your aura, in your home, in your job, in your emotions, everywhere, of peace, so you can be in the prosperous present moment. Namaste. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the dragons and the beautiful energies that have come to us today, the wisdom that has come through me, I give great thanks for being this chalice, this container, this channel, and this conduit for the divine energies that are awakening now and that can lead us to our own power and to grace, to being the creators and to embracing the receiving of this growth, this receiving of this dragon year of building, and freeing our creativity at a level we have not known before inside of safe, loving place. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I accept, I allow, I receive. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now, I would like to ask you one more favor. If you would share with me here in a comment or email or however you connect with me on Facebook or something. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, claim it all. Oh, I'm so glad, Stacy. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you. Stacy said great wisdom for 2024. I'm so glad. I didn't mind. I told Donna, don't worry. She felt very bad she couldn't come, but she couldn't even hear me talking because of the jackhammering. And of course she has to pack up her place and get out. So, but I'm like, don't worry, we'll go on. We'll talk about this year. We'll see what the dragons want to say. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, to getting the transcription, because the wisdom that they're bringing us are all really key for helping us decide how to move forward in this year. So I hope to see you soon. And I really, really honor and respect that you're here with me. I know that you only have one way to spend this one moment, and to choose to come here into this flow means a lot to me, and not to my ego, which was important to me. Much of my life was, oh, good, people like me, I'm doing a good job. But from the part of me that's full of joy and wants to play with people who want to be creators of something wonderful. I don't want to go into the timeline that other people are living right now. I'm over here and it's happening at the same time, but I don't live in the reality of that. And I'm not untouched by pain and death and fear and all of that. Of course not. However, I get to choose. You get to choose. And that was something beautiful we did this week in Prosperity Magic class too. We did an experience of going into a prosperous flow specifically to become free. And I am free, and I'm free to choose, and I'm free to embody my natural prosperous nature. And that freedom brought forth Abundancia, who is another one of my oracle cards. And she is a beautiful goddess of abundance, of expansion. And we had an incredible experience. I've repeated it twice now, late at night or in the middle of the night with the full moon. And it leaves a residue of delicious glowing energies. So, all right, everybody. Thanks, Lucille. Love you guys. Bye-bye.